Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Lake Month, the month of July. We're at the Lake of the Ozarks, and I'm excited. We're at a beautiful business, a gorgeous winery with Mike, and I'm going to butcher your last name,
Bliley.
Mike Bliley, and we're at Seven Springs Winery.
Right. Yep.
Mike, thanks so much for doing the show. I'll have you start out by just telling us how you got into the wine business.
Well, I started making wine with my grandfather when I was a little kid and just kind of grew in through college. And when I came down to Lake of the Ozarks, one of the things that I realized was there's a lot of water bars and a lot of restaurants. The one thing there wasn't was some place to just sit and hang out to where you weren't trying to flip a table or try to talk over a screaming loud band at a water bar. Someplace to just sit and hang out, and that's where I kind of came up with the concept for the winery.
It's really nice. Now, the wines, I've seen the vines kind of all over the place. What type of wines do you offer?
We've got 13 different wines on our menu. The vines that I actually grow on property, I have 4,200 Vignoles vines and 1,200 Norton vines. Okay. Now I do a dry Vignole and a sweet Vignole off the Vignole grapes, and then I also do a Vignole port, and then I do a dry red on the Norton and a Norton port. But we have several other offerings, including sparklings, and one of our most interesting things that we have an 8% alcohol-infused gelato ice cream.
Of all the wines, what do you think? What are your best sellers? What are your favorites?
My favorites are the dries. I'm kind of partial to the grapes I grow, so The dry Vignole and the Norton are my favorites. Yep. But the most popular are our sweet reds, sweet whites. The sweet wines sell better than the dry wines, even to an older crowd, which is what we actually probably lean more towards, is the 45 to 65-year-old females. Mm-hmm. But a lot of Moscato sparkling and a lot of Seven's Red Heaven, which is our sweet red.
Okay. I like the dry myself as well. Now, you also provide different types of food here as well. You're not just solely a winery. You also have some culinary things going on. Have you talk about that?
Actually, what we have here at the winery, we have kind of a little bit different menu. It's soups, sandwiches, salads, wraps, paninis, appetizers, that type of stuff. But we also do a full culinary experience for weddings, and I take care of all of that type of stuff, and we do everything from steak and lobster to stuffed cordon chicken breasts, that type of stuff. So a little bit of everything.
Okay. It's beautiful out here right now, a little warm. What do you say your busiest seasons are out of, spring, summer, fall? I imagine October kind of heats up for you too.
Yeah, June's our busiest wedding month along with October. The springtime, when it's 75, 80 degrees, a little too cool to be out on the water yet. We're busy in June, but October, when the leaves start turning, this place is packed, and it is so much fun in October.
I bet. I've always said October. My parents used to have a place at the lake. Eventually, hopefully, my wife and I get one. But October was always my favorite time of year at the lake. The leaves are turning. It's a little bit quieter, but it's beautiful. The scenery is beautiful, and this is definitely the spot for it.
Yeah, we've got 160 acres, and the hillside overlooks the valley and the grapevines, and when the leaves all start changing, and that's about the time harvest comes into play. So we're pulling the grapes off the vines. So it's kind of almost an electric time of year at the winery when you get into that October season, because everybody has that whole Oktoberfest mindset and they're ready to party.
Well, cool. Well, I'll have you talk about your location here. I introduced it as Lake of the Ozarks, but where specifically are you at the, in the lake area?
We're actually located in Lynn Creek in between Camdenton and Osage Beach. Okay. And if you guys are familiar with Big Surf Water Park on Y Road, we're about 2 miles behind there. Our actual address is 846 Winery Hills Estates, Lynn Creek, Missouri. Or you can just Google Seven Springs Winery, and usually you can find us pretty easy. Okay.
And you also do events here as well. You mentioned the weddings, and you probably do corporate events, that sort of thing?
We do corporate events, weddings. We host the Wicked Wine Run in April, and that usually brings out about 3,000 people. We've got 2.4 miles of hiking trails, so if you like to hike, come out and check out the trails. That's a great fun run. July 22nd, we do all of our fireworks off season, so that way it gives people a reason to come out. So we have one of the largest fireworks show displays at Lake of the Ozarks, and like I said, that's on July 22nd this year. So a lot of fun things going on, and if you check our website, we've always got some different things going.
Well, great. Well, thanks so much for doing the show. I'll be sure to tag your company information on the post, and thank you everyone for joining. I will see you guys next week. Lake Month, all July. We'll feature another episode from the lake next week, so I'll catch you guys then. Bye.